This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Friday, November the 20th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story this morning, embattled opposition Barbados Labour Party parliamentarian for Christchurch West, Dr. Maria Agard, may not have to bother about being expelled or suspended from the party after all. Barbados Today understands that following last week's decision by the Mayor Motley-led National Council to summon Dr. Agard to appear before them on Sunday on 9 disciplinary charges, legal minds both within and outside of the main opposition party have been poring over the BLP's constitution in search of the grounds. However, one senior constitutional attorney who is very familiar with the BLP's constitution yesterday warned that the National Council is currently walking on shaky ground and that legal action could very well ensue should they proceed with their planned action against Dr. Agard. But while there may be moves to get one opposition member out, a former parliamentarian seems on his way back in. The ex-MP for St. Michael West Central, Rommell Marshall, could be making a political comeback. Talk has been rife that Marshall, who resigned from the party in August 2013 after he was seen canvassing for the ruling Democratic Labour Party against the BLP's Dale Marshall in the last election, is seeking to return to the BLP fold. While not confirming publicly that he has an interest in returning to the party, Marshall, who previously ran for the now defunct National Democratic Party, pointed out that on two previous occasions, Ralph Thorne, the current BLP candidate for Christchurch South, ran on a DLP ticket in St. Michael North. He also recalled that former St. Michael South East representative Delisle Bradshaw had left the BLP in 1999 to run on a DLP ticket before returning to the BLP fold. In other news now, the bidding war for control of the local beverage company Banks Holdings Limited is escalating. Trinidadian conglomerate Answer McCall has raised its offer to $7 per share. That's a $1 increase over their last offer made on November the 3rd. It is also 80 cents more than what their competitor Ambev is proposing to shareholders. The latest development comes on the heels of a class actions lawsuit filed in the Supreme Court yesterday by 20 small shareholders of BHL. They are contesting the controversial exit clause outlined in the 2010 agreement between BHL and SLU Beverages. Prime Minister Francis Stewart is assuring Barbadians that the island's security systems are on high alert following last Friday's terrorist attacks in Paris. Stewart told a news conference last evening that security forces are working around the clock to ensure the country remains safe.
I would be the most conspicuous embodiment of unwisdom were I to sit here today and to tell you all of the security precautions which we have taken with a view to ensuring that we keep our risk levels down. But I can assure you that we have been working around the clock on these issues. We have been making sure that we lubricate the machinery for the receipt of reliable intelligence on matters related to our national security. In that regard, I have to applaud the stick-to-itiveness of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Defense and Security for her exertions in this regard.
Police are asking the public for assistance in identifying a suspect who is wanted for a serious crime committed in the Wanstead St. James area on November 13th. Police say the man shown here in this sketch is of stocky build and dark complexion. He has a large flat nose, low black hair and large ears. His left ear lobe is pierced. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, three-quarter black pants and dirty white sneakers. The National Insurance Scheme is planning to hire temporary workers to help reduce the backlog of sickness and unemployment claims at the department. And Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayer tells Barbados Today full-time employees will also be required to work overtime to clear the large number of claims.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news from the region. Students at the University of Guyana want their money back from the institution after their fees were increased, but no improvements in the conditions. We pick up the rest of the story in this Capital News report.
The University of Guyana Students Society UGSS is hoping to get the university's council to take a decision on lowering the facilities fee that students are required to pay each academic year. Already, the student body was able to collect over 2,000 signatures through a petition highlighting the requests and failure to justify the increases, says UGSS President Joshua Griffith. He said already 1 year has passed and the setting up of a learning resource center is yet to be done, which would manage and spend $40,000 of the facilities fee.
We outlined in the petition, which include the inability to appropriately spend the fee, the facility fee, to the benefit of every student in an environment of consultation and inclusion, failure to meet all promised allocations on the facility fee, and the poor management practices by the administration. The actual facility fee is a hefty one based on feedback from students, and students find it difficult to afford. As such, there's a call also for a reduction in the fee from 50,000 Guyana dollars to 30,000 Guyana dollars.
And finally, on the international scene, the ringleader behind the Paris attacks, Abdel Hamid Abaoud, is dead, killed during a dramatic raid that shook a neighborhood and collapsed an entire apartment building. But French authorities say their work is far from finished, and their search for suspect Salah Abdallah has now been extended to include the Netherlands.
He was Moroccan-Belgian and grew up in the Molenbeek district of Brussels. The area is known for its many Arab immigrants, high unemployment and overcrowded housing. Abaoud travelled to Syria and joined IS in early 2013. He's suspected to have helped organise and finance a terror cell in Verviers, which was broken up in a police raid in January. Abaoud has himself described how he evaded capture both before and during that police crackdown. His name is also connected with the foiled terror attack on a train in northern France, where a gunman was overpowered by passengers. An IS propaganda video in 2014 showed Abaoud in a vehicle that was dragging mutilated bodies behind it. French authorities say they were not aware he had returned to Europe until after the Paris attacks.
And that's where we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV and to Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.